You're listening to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast.
Oh my God. Listen up, ragamuffins. We encourage each and every one of you to drink deeply from the cup that is Fair Riverdale.
Your hosts, Jordan, Cliff, and Seth.
Hello. Brian and Ka-Pow. Welcome to Thistle House. Shove it, Hal.
All right, you know what that sound means.
All right, now let's make some down.
Or maybe you don't. It's been a while.
Actually, that kind of tracks.
But that is our opening to Riverdale. We're going to talk to Dale tonight for the first time in ages. My name is Jordan Lowe.
Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth. And I haven't watched a Riverdale episode in a year.
They're just waiting there for us.
Oh. I almost had my 1 year coin. Archie's Anonymous.
Archie's Anonymous. AA.
So we on KPP, if you're a new listener in the last year, we have gone through every episode of Riverdale in excruciating detail, and we're not stopping. We might be slow, but we're not stopping.
If we go any slower, though, we're not going to finish.
That's true. That's true.
So what are we on?
Well, I couldn't even remember. It'd been so long. I had to go back and look. I was like, I have no idea where we left off. So.
Season 6, episode 16, chapter 111, Blue Collar.
Chapter 111 is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Like, geez, that's a lot of Riverdale. The history, as each line is uttered in this show, I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
It's important,
considering everything that's happened. Just like, you know how many people have died in this house?
So this episode aired originally May 29th, 2022.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of
people still alive in real life?
A lot of commercials for the movie Elvis. The movie Elvis was just hitting theaters.
Lordy.
Commercials? What are you watching this on?
And in 2022, I was watching the seed. I was DVRing.
Do you have that in your notes or something? Or like,
yes.
You have notes for Elvis? You write notes for the commercials?
I knew how long it was going to be, so I wanted to place this in history.
That's how in depth we are. Tell you what, commercials originally ran.
I didn't cancel my cable for 2 years because I had 30 episodes of Riverdale on the DVR. I was keeping my cable.
Good. That's pretty good. Oh my gosh! Yes, I had to jump in both feet. I did not know where we had left off. So this was, I did like that part of it, like that I could jump back in. And I'm like, where did we leave? I had no idea what had happened from a year ago when I had watched it. But man, I was right back there. What's it called? It's called Blue Collar. Name of the episode. We get the jug dub. A war's been brewing
between Percival
Riverdale,
Pickens and Archie Andrews.
Between Percival Pickens and Archie Andrews.
A conflict between good and evil, or, in this incarnation, between those who work and those who exploit workers.
Sounds familiar.
Got Uncle Frank and Percival are building a train. What they want to? What? What's the train? What? There's gonna be a lot of that. I'm gonna be like, what?
Before we begin construction of my railroad, a few minor details.
Fill me in.
Is Armageddon's coming to the Dale, right? This is
right.
A train, the Souls train of something.
Ghost train.
Ghost train.
The Ghost Train. Yeah.
So say that again. What? Say that again and explain it.
We don't want to say too much because it's.
Well, don't. Yes. Oh my gosh! I don't. If you dare reveal anything I haven't seen, that will piss me off. No, yeah. I meant, what am I supposed to know? Like, what did we really get any information?
Pops is the site of the final battle between good and evil. So Percival's trying to destroy it. Have some kind of ghost train run right through the heart of Riverdale.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good enough. Oh, that would break my heart if you guys freaking say something. So don't get doing that. They're building a train.
Wait, at what point does this become our fault and not your fault?
I'm not gonna do this anymore if you guys start revealing shit. I'll tell you that. I'm not taking these extensive notes. They're gonna let the worker. The Fangs and Kevin and Moose or whatever, they all are part of the crew building this thing for some reason.
The railroad.
Yeah, the railroad. For some reason, they're doing it.
Starting today, my company will provide you with all the tools and equipment you require. This rental fee will be deducted from your pay.
Our pay, which is actually less than what we discussed, Mr. Mayor.
Well, I'm simply responding to fluctuations in the marketplace, Mr. Fogarty.
And they, the deal they're making them is you can use their equipment, the city's equipment, I think, but they have to rent it. It's going to take it out of their checks. It's like, this is probably how industry in America is going to be soon.
Right, right. Percival has appointed himself mayor.
He's mayor, yes.
So yes, so he
I didn't realize that until the end of this scene. Like I found out they called him mayor. Oh, okay. And they were less mad about that than I thought they would be. Like, oh, you're gonna make us rent the equipment. Like, what? This is the city. The city should be provided. So it makes no sense. Oh, okay. Then at Pops, Archie is meeting with Cheryl and newer TT, Tabitha Tate, and they're saying that Percival's building the ghost train. Okay, I have that.
Get to work.
Percival has started construction, which is bad news for us, especially if it's not an ordinary train that he's building.
Then
Cheryl, you called it
a ghost train,
which
would
would
dominion over the souls of the living and the dead. Which, of course, one can't just run around saying to people.
Called a dominion of souls and the living and the dead, and I was like, what's going on? But you kind of explained that, I guess.
Most of Percival's crew used to work for you, Archie. Can't you convince them to quit?
No way. No, a lot of these guys haven't worked in months. They'll take whatever they can get, even if they're being exploited or abused.
Which gives Percival the upper hand.
For the moment, but now that he's got a crew, he's breaking all the promises that he made to get them to sign up. He's also 100% anti-union.
Of course he is. Unions literally unite people, and united people are more difficult to control. And Percival, as we know, is all about control.
And Tweed.
Percival is anti-union, and you can't control the unionized. So, Archie's saying that he's all about control, and Cheryl said, and Tweed. He's all about Tweed also. So, Cheryl, you always have to put down whatever Cheryl said because she has the good quotes. Still.
The best lines.
Still, up to as recent as 2022, she has the best quotes. So, I wonder how she's doing nowadays. I haven't seen her for 3 years. I'm finding out.
He's trying to break the workers' spirits, their resolve. A lot of these guys have spent most of their lives working union jobs. I mean, if I can do some good old-fashioned agitating, remind them that Percival's values are the exact opposite of their own, that he doesn't care about them, we might be able to get them to vote to unionize.
So that instead of quitting, the workers would strike. Work on the railway would stop.
And once again, we're in a battle for the town's soul. What exactly can I do? Sing Bruce Springsteen covers? No, thank you. Dua Lipa or bust.
So Archie's gonna do what he does best: agitate me. And Cheryl wants to help, but she's not gonna get on top of Pops and sing Bruce Springsteen or anything. Maybe cover Dua Lipa. But
I would take a screenshot of that.
Yeah.
Or a picture of, I wouldn't take a screenshot. I'd take a picture of my TV.
Yes. That's like the kids do nowadays. She's going to go and work on the Blossom archives, and hopefully that'll dig something up. Tabitha is suggesting they take Pop's coffee truck down to the work site, to the tracks, and give coffee away. Get the workers come hang out at Resistance HQ, the chocolate shop.
It's just so blue collar. This is the most blue collar I can think of.
Yeah. And Betty and Poison Ivy Veronica are meeting with some girl, is what I put here, because I couldn't remember who this girl was yet.
That's Agent Drake.
Love the Drake.
Of the FBI.
Love the Drake.
Yes.
I put here, I don't feel bad for not remembering her, because she didn't even know that Veronica was the Lodge of Lodge Rum. She was finding that out in the scene. Oh my god. But the girl used to be an ATF agent.
Yeah.
She was tracking the Rams jingle jangle operations. That was before she was busting up illegal absinthe rings.
I mean, they're everywhere.
Right. That's where I got confused. I thought she was someone else, but no, she's the girl from both of those. See, watered down absinthe is legal, but not this poisonous wormwood stuff. So, meanwhile, I put down Veronica's body is a dialysis machine, is what she said. And I finished that sentence and said, like everyone else's. Like we all. Okay. Also, in the middle of this, how dare the thunder call and interrupt Betty while she's at work. She's like, I'm at work. It's like, this is work? You're sitting here talking to... I don't even know.
They're both FBI agents.
Yeah.
I mean, they were having work conversations.
Yeah, with Veronica. She rushes home though because this is an emergency. But when she gets home, the thunder is just casually there, standing there like, what? It kind of looks like, what are you doing? As Betty hustles upstairs, pulls her gun out to go in her own bedroom, and I put that some dude was in her bed because I didn't know who it was. But hooked up to, I said, oh, he's going to be dialysis. I immediately was like, knew what was going to happen, that Veronica's going to have to fix this guy. Like, it was so obvious.
Well, it was shocking because I did remember who he was. I mean, how could we forget? But
yeah. Charles, her brother.
Her brother.
Charles.
Yes.
I get my Charleses mixed up.
Well, we had Chick, and then we had Charles, and then
Chick, Charles,
Chick and Charles.
Chickens.
Yes, sure.
So Charles is he the FBI? He's in the FBI.
He was in
Charles
the FBI.
Is in charge.
Okay. But he, if you remember, he had the serial
our
killer.
Dales and our nights.
He had the serial killer gene, and then he was a murderer. They found out he was a serial killer along with Chick, the fake Charles.
Both Charleses.
I didn't even recognize Moose. We were at Kevin's house, and I put maybe Moose is asking him about this expensive house he's living in. She says Percival is helping to pay. He's helping to pay for the house, but charging for equipment. I don't understand. All I know is I know why this house is expensive, because and it's dangerous. Like I was so fixated on this. They had to have done this on purpose. Like this, you know who would have loved this house? Cliff, who would have loved this house? I'll give you a hint. We saw him last winter.
We saw
and we were yelling.
Mr. Chipping?
Yes, Mr. Chipping. Yes, Kevin's house has stained glass windows.
The window, yes.
He literally has, his windows are stained glass in this house. And I was like, man, somebody's going to jump out this freaking window any second. I was so excited.
Yes. Those are highly sought after in Riverdale because so many get broke.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's how I'd go. So, Betty's brother has sepsis. And the prison has no room for him, apparently. That's what she said. They spend time together. Let's see. some of these notes. I don't know. Back in 49. Okay, the Riverdale miners back in 49. They're talking about, and they're having an open mic night. Where were they having an open mic night? Was that it?
The White Worm?
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't remember.
But at Mantle Motors, we see Percival is looking at Jughead's comics or somebody's comics, and they are Reggie comics.
Yeah, so he is in Reggie's head.
I remember Jughead. When I saw the page ripped out, then I was like, okay, wait a minute. That was when he was taking part out they didn't want Reggie to remember. I can't remember what he didn't want him to remember because I forgot.
This is how we visualize the psychic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being in someone's mind is looking through their back issue collection.
So that's how I've always pictured it anyway. So this works for me. That tracks.
Actually, that kind of tracks.
He discovers that Jughead stole Cheekbone's memory. So Reggie wants him to teach him magic. They're at the Curiosity Shop, Needful Things or whatever. I don't know what it's called there. What is the name of it?
It's just called the Curiosity Shop.
Okay.
Very original, yes.
That's stupid. Reggie wants Percival to teach him magic.
We're correct, Reggie. Mr. Jones certainly stole a memory from you. His psychic fingerprints were all over your mind.
Yeah, it's like an itch I can't scratch, and it's driving me crazy.
I must admit, I underestimated Mr. Jones' powers. It may be that he's a more formidable threat than I had originally anticipated.
Hey, you said you were going to teach me magic. When's that going to happen?
So you teach me some magic. It's like, okay, well,
he's a wizard.
Gets out what I thought was a magic box.
Pranks you could pull if you knew magic.
Oh man, hilarious!
You'd be unstoppable.
He gets out a box. I'm like, oh, this is a big freaking magic set he's going to show him. No, it's a la Jason. It's a doll. It's a ventriloquist dummy of Reggie.
Is that me?
It's a totem. Something to teach you one of the oldest arts of deception.
So
hey,
I was like,
hey, dummy.
I was like, it's like this could have been the greatest thing ever. Like,
yeah,
I was really excited about it. And so far, this episode, I never saw the dummy again anywhere. Like, I assumed they were, in retrospect, now I'm thinking about it, I guess the dummy was just to help him practice throwing his voice or something.
That's what it was. But like, I was with you. I was waiting for him to pull the
like,
dummy
where's
out.
the dummy?
Yeah.
We never saw it again.
Yeah. He says he wants him to learn how to throw his voice.
Right. So he can distract Jughead while Pickens gets into his mind. So
ventriloquism. Tomorrow, during Jughead's act, you're going to distract him by throwing your voice. Meanwhile, I'm going to sneak into his mind and open the floodgates, as it were. Hopefully do some damage. Not enough to kill him, but certainly enough to incapacitate him.
Meanwhile, Archie's trying to start a union. Veronica's trying to create a new, not-so-toxic absinthe. And so she's got the wormwood or whatever she gets at some point. I don't know if it was at this point in the episode, but at some point, she's just holding it, squeezing it, and concentrating. I was like, what the fuck? They never referenced that again, but that was stupid. Betty asks Charles about Chick, and then chuckles. It even said, I have the captions on. She chuckles laughing, said, did you guys ever get married? And it's like, that was kind of rude. like, what are you laughing at them? Like, he said, well, I haven't seen him since the prison escape from Shankshaw.
Appreciate that reference.
Which I love. Cheryl's witch training. You know, she's been witch training with her girlfriend.
Heather.
What's her? Heather. Okay.
Heather.
But that's on hold because they're doing this Bossum, investigation. And they find some notes about the Malleus Maleficarum. So, and that, Percival's might have it. So they got to go to the curiosity shop, and that obviously Percival is an evil sorcerer. That's what they said. And so they got to go to the curiosity shop, which is a virtual treasure trove of arcane artifacts and esoterica. It's like, so yeah, we got to go. Anyway, Heather's going to teach Cheryl a spell to be unseeable.
Unseeable.
Yeah.
Cannot be seen.
Not invisibility. Unseeable.
That'd have to be a heck of a spell, because Cheryl's unmissable.
I agree. I could still see her. She doesn't need a cloak like Harry Potter or Selena Gomez. She can just bend all she has to do is hold her breath.
Hold her breath.
And concentrate on the spell words in her head. And I wanted to hear the spell in her head. I wanted to hear her saying it, but we did not get that. And she can bend the light spectrum around her so that she can't be seen. Veronica shows up while they're doing this and miffs Cheryl. She's like, anything you have to say is less interesting than what we're doing, I guarantee it. And I agree. So she shows up wanting the wormwood and recipe or something, and Cheryl says, fine, wait here, Spider-Woman. Which is good. Then Mayor Pickens tries to recruit Archie, but he's like, nah. And then at the Worm, Fangs, and the old TT, Tony Topaz, say they're serpents for life. They're talking to their lawyer or something. I don't know, but it's about the whole custody thing still with this stupid baby that somehow is not 15 by now. I realize that I just didn't watch it for a year, but it feels like it's been a long time. Anyway, they're servants for life. But they're rebranding the biker gang. The serpents are going from biker gang to political activists.
Political activists.
They're drinking Mountain Ranch beer, by the way. I did catch the bottle. Mountain Ranch beer. I always like to, go back here and get those. TT wants to get married, which wasn't she with Cheryl? Like, she's
so
many levels.
Yeah, it's a lot of levels.
But she wants to get married so baby Anthony can have stability, and it's got a side effect. It's also going to look good in their court case
because
Kev.
we don't know who the actual biological father is. Kevin or Fangs.
Because that's the way they want it.
They were
Yeah, but it's a tired story that I couldn't care less about this baby. Jughead is blindfolded, reading minds at the is this the Bijou or what, or is it called something else? What's the name of the
Veronica's Club
casino? What's it called?
Yeah.
You guys think about
Palladium.
Palladium.
It's not the Palladium, but I do have a ticket from going to a club at Myrtle Beach when I was just out of high school, and it was called the Palladium, and I think of it every time we bring that. But anyway,
now this was my favorite part. This is one of the few notes I had written down. So this whole scheme of Reggie learning how to throw his voice, Jughead's blindfolded. Why did he have to throw his voice? Jughead can't see anything.
He literally says he does it, throws the voice, and, his mouth doesn't move at all because it's stupid. And Jughead takes his thing off and says, "Reggie, is that Reggie?"
You had a whole doll and everything. You did not foresee him being blind.
That was great. But anyway, Pickens couldn't get into his mind. There's a door locked, and there's pictures of his friends and stuff around it. He needs a talisman. Reggie said, well, of course, we all immediately thought of the beanie. Reggie says, the beanie is in a time capsule. You will deliver it unto me, he said.
Deliver the beanie unto me.
So Charles's, Betty's brother Charles's shadow self might have remained dormant had he not killed, or worse, a possum at the Sister Mercy Church when he was a kid. Just like she killed Carmel. Caramel or whatever. Although she claims that was a mercy killing, and she's very upset that he dared compare his killing of a possum with her killing of the cat.
You know, at this point, I feel like I've watched her kill that fucking cat as many times as I've seen Batman's parents get killed in some sort of...
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And the girl that does it has got to be in high school by now.
She was too young to watch Elvis.
Yeah.
She didn't get into R-rated movie.
Kevin and Fang's getting a fight over the stupid baby is what I put here. They're just eating lunch on the tracks, on their break. Betty tells Archie that she thinks Charles is evil. His evil is what brought him from the inside. I don't know what I mean by that. I don't know. Anyway, she says, they're in Archie's, in the attic, his upstairs, where the bomb was under the bed. It's the first thing I thought every time I'm in that room. But he looks out his window, classic. She looks out the window, classic Betty and Archie thing. Mm-hmm. She looks out the window and looks into her bedroom and sees the thunder trying to smother her brother with a pillow. And I was 100% sure that she was going to run over there and she was just going to be fixing the pillow behind his head or whatever. But no, she was smothering with the pillow. And
it's a mercy killing.
Yeah, she stops her. I don't know why. So Cheryl says, methinks we should return to the Blossom archives to do anything to help Archie and his latest drab crusade. Moose points out Kev's... Oh no, I did skip a part. I take it back. So let me see. Cheryl did go. They did go to the curiosity shop. She held her breath to be invisible, and she steals the book.
Right.
I'm surprised that the sorcerer guy that can do everything else can't fucking see her, but he couldn't get in Jughead's head yet either. There's some limits to his power. Moose points out that Kev's being an a-hole. Maybe it's because he doesn't believe he's the real father, so he may want to admit that why he's doing this whole court case and everything. Pickens threatens Archie because one of the workers lost a foot today. Just casually mentions that. Oh, by the way, I later found out his name was Sal. Sal lost a foot today, and things might get worse if you don't stop agitating. Like, damn, lost a foot. That seems like a serious injury.
Put it on ice right next to Svensson's finger.
Right. It said step up there, yeah. But and that pig's heart. Pig lost her heart. Braden Blossom and Paxton Pickens were miners or had to do with the miner strike in 49. Bracing, shocking stuff to do with as they wilt. That's what she said. Then we go back. Forsyth, the Fantastic, and apparently Zatanna are on stage. Like, she just got her top hat and everything.
It's a great costume.
Looks good. Pickens puts on the beanie and the jacket. Wedges open the door or something with the comic book. I don't even know what the hell he's doing. The floodgates are open, and now Jughead's hearing all the voices in the room in his head. It's driving him crazy, and he has to stop the show and leave. Britta is babysitting for baby Anthony, and old TT comes home. She probably wouldn't like me calling her old TT, but I'm going to. There's new TT and old TT. You don't want to be old.
OGTT.
OG.
Yeah, she. You down with it? OTT. I don't know what I was. Oh, she comes home and says, Kevin, Britta's like, I lost the pacifier, but also, maybe it was around the time Kevin came over, and she's like, Kevin was here,
Yeah.
Whatever. She's like, it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. Jughead goes to Pops. And he hears voices there, too. He hears everybody talking. And he hears the one guy say, these are the best cheeseburgers in town. Cheeseburgers were 25 cents, too, in this episode. They made that. That's a hell of a deal. Like, that burger there was a lot of stuff on that plate. 25 cents seems like a great deal. I'd join the union. So, obviously, it's dialysis time. Thanks, V. No problem, B. They talk. I like that when they call each other V and B. That was good. But Agent Drake, love the Drake. She's back, and Charles is scared of going to hell. He said he's scared. He doesn't want to die, so he's glad they're doing this. OTT goes and beats up Kevin in front of his boyfriend Moose.
Oh,
and
brass
gets the
knuckles
pacifier
everything.
with brass knuckles. So what? I mean, just think of that. I'm watching this. OTT goes in and punches Kevin in the face more than once with brass knuckles, and Moose just sits there, and it's to get a pacifier back. I was like, what is happening?
Don't mess with baby Anthony.
I thought they weren't a biker gang anymore. They're freaking political activists. Now, I don't know about that.
So she's a social worker.
Yeah. This is how you do it in the Dale. If you ever come within 10 feet of my baby again, I'll throw you off this building. Or out your stained glass window is exactly what I thought. I was like, that's what's going to happen. Poor Sal lost his foot, and Pickens never even checked in on him. That's what new TT and Archie are telling at their little rallies they're having here.
I love that all the blue collar workers, they all wear flannel. Every single one of them.
Flannel, and
they're in a some sort. It's a different color, but it's all the same.
Yeah. That's the uniform.
Archie's flannel army.
Yeah. Now we will read the words of Great Grandpa Chickens Pickens from 1949. These ingrates must be stopped. The mules that carry the palladium out of our minds are better than these. Our minds are better than these so-called men. We must break their backs and remind them they belong beneath our heels. That's not word for word, but you get the gist.
Elon Pickens.
Exactly.
A tweet from 1949.
Chickens, Elon Pickens. They should, yeah.
He has literally tweeted his exact same words.
Exactly right. Yeah. Fangs is shook. Fangs is like, his grandpa said that. Like, yeah. Hecate knows what other problems are coming, says Cheryl. Hecate. What's Hecate, Jordan? I feel like you should be telling us.
Famous witch.
Famous witch.
Goddess.
Famous witch. That's all you got. From what?
Yeah. Like the goddess of witches or something.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's good. It's good lore. OTT tells Fangs that not only are we not going to stop being a gang, but it's time to induct baby Anthony into the serpents ASAP. And it's only fitting, as the most well-named serpent, Fangs, you, as his father, should choose his serpent name.
Yes. Serpent
and don't
name.
you dare say it, because I don't think I heard it yet. I don't think it's in this episode, so don't say it.
I felt like, I don't know, probably because I haven't watched it in forever, but like a serpent named, have we? I mean, we had Sweet Pea and.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Baby Teeth's already taken.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, I don't even know. That's good. That would be good if they did that in honor of Baby Teeth. Yeah. Wow, that would be a really good one. Is that, you think Baby Teeth got those when he was got that name when he was a baby?
He might have been the
like
youngest.
Old baby. Look at old Baby Teeth. Lost his pacifier.
Poor guy's not gonna even have that on his resume anymore. That he was the youngest serpent. Now Baby Auntie's gonna take the record.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's true. So, Fang says that would be an honor to name him his serpent name, and yes, I will marry you, so we can look good as his parent. So then they make out, and all I could think about was Cheryl. Thought at one time we had it all. Percival tells Kevin that he's not the father. It's out of the blue. And he knows that because he knows things. That's what he said. He also knows that baby Anthony is Riverdale's greatest hope.
There it is.
He's the future. But so am I, says Percival. And there can be only one.
Highlander.
There can be only one. Don't you spoil anything. I want to know. Charles is better now. Betty admits she could have used Veronica earlier, which saved it for me, because I was like, it's so freaking obvious. Well, at least Betty noticed right away and thought, well, we can do this, but I'm not going to do it because I don't like my brother.
Yeah.
She should have let him get smothered with the pillow.
Possum killer.
And pushed out a stained glass window. She laughed at his almost gay marriage, which I thought was pretty rude. So why would she save it? So Betty admits she could have used Veronica earlier. Finally did it for her mom and for herself. She said she changed. She did it for everybody. She doesn't want to dwell in the past, but she also would like to catch the TBK kill. And I am like,
you forgot.
What? We call it the TBK. I don't even know. I don't remember what is going on. But Charles thinks he knows how they can get the drop on him. And I'm like, this has never been resolved in the year I have been watching this. And then I saw the flaw in my logic. That this case just stays stagnant if I don't stay on it. Then we get Moose, Kevin, Percival, and Uncle Frank show up at the tracks. And Archie's there, like that. A nice shot looking up the tracks, and Archie's standing like right in the middle there. And Archie says, the crew's on strike. Mr. Andrews, you haven't seen any real fighting yet. He said rudely, and I thought a little out of line. Have you seen my bear scar? Have you seen my gym that I've fought in many a time? Like, come on. I've seen fighting. Yeah. You see my to-go pancake container? I've been in the shit.
He was in a war on a football field.
I'm saying. He's in prison.
Yeah, he was in prison.
His abs set world record.
Wait, what more do you want? So after the cure, Veronica felt a little fluey, but she's all right. Betty asks if they can use her club to have a convention for fans of serial killers. And I was like, this sounds familiar. This is a very famous Sandman story. Jughead had to retreat.
What did Veronica? She gave him like a transfusion or something?
Yeah, she cleaned his blood, basically. She transfused his blood through hers with gist I got. Unless she hugged him like she hugged the freaking...
It must have been the blood, because I wrote down, you got 3 pints of Ronnie in you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then...
maybe a couple of Monica Posh.
Yeah, true. Jughead had to go all the way back to the bunker to not hear voices. And still down there, he is hearing voices there. And now I have a question, because I didn't rewind or anything. But were those voices from the past? Was that them? I thought I heard like familiar things being said.
He was hearing voices from the other dimension. from The Veil.
Okay, I feel like you know too much. I don't.
No.
What's the other dimension?
It was all stuff from past episodes, from the Veil episodes.
Okay, that's on me. I don't know what you're talking about.
When they were in Rivervale, not River.
Oh,
yeah.
What were the quotes from? What was happening?
Oh, I didn't. It was just random stuff. I didn't. And like you could hear the typewriter typing.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
I got you. I just thought that was. I don't know. I remember him. He did write that. He was writing down there and at the typewriter. So I thought that's what it. Anyway, that's it. The Dale. Good episode.
Yeah.
Again, I probably said this a year ago. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. I should watch another one.
And we kind of glossed over an important fact that why did Kevin steal
the pacifier? Oh, for DNA. He said
he was there to Perlmutter baby Anthony.
Yeah.
Perlmutter.
So was DNA.
Yeah.
It all comes back around.
Didn't even need it. Pickens knew. He just knew things.
He already knew.
So
just like Perlmutter just knows things. All evil villains are alike.
So I hate that you guys already knows everything.
I am so in my head. I'm thinking of like the next season. Even I'm like, wait, wasn't that? Oh no, that was a whole other thing.
Yeah. Definitely do yourself a favor and never rewatch as we go through this because I like this dynamic.
I took a lot of notes. These next episodes.
That's good enough.
A lot of
That's
notes.
good. Okay, that's the good dynamic. Cliff, you can rewatch, I guess, but because you kind of help me out. But Jordan, don't rewatch. I like this dynamic of.
I never have, and I don't think I ever will.
I never.
I would re-listen to every one of our episodes before I rewatched it.
I recently saw, as you should. I recently saw some interview with Betty, and she was, she said something about Riverdale, how she's so far away from that. I was like, no, you're not. You're still there. You're still there. I haven't even got to the last season yet, so you can't escape.
Yeah, we're getting toward the end of season 6 here. We've got 26 episodes left.
Yeah,
that's
total. Yeah,
26 total.
Oh man, my Netflix counted weird then or something. I still saw. How many are left in this season?
I think this goes to 22.
This 22. There's gee whiz.
4, 5, 6 left.
Okay.
Yeah, season 6 was pretty long.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Okay, she can't help me.
Okay. Yeah, I remember when I was watching it as it was happening, they were coming out, and it just felt like it took forever to get to the end. So.
Well, I will keep on me. I'll watch another one. Maybe you might have to remind me.
There's
but I do want to. Remind me that I wanted to.
Yeah, it's worth. It's worth.
I'm into it. I'm into it. It's just I just know that I have to prepare these notes, so that's the one thing that stops me from just sitting down and watching an episode. But it's not that bad. I can do it. Yeah, I'll watch another one. I need to do it quick because next month is there's 800 shows coming out. It's crazy.
All right,
we can do that.
We'll be back at some point with more Dale. That's the KPP promise.
The Dale.
This one gets people should be excited that they're getting a new Dale recap from something they watched a long time ago or never watched. People are going to clamor to this. I finally need to hear what happened.
This comes across your YouTube feed, and you're like, wait, what are they talking about? Riverdale. Season 6.
How random. Yeah, how random. Somebody that started listening, those people at CBS have never heard us talk about the Dale.
Yes.
They're like, why would they start here?
If you were in line at a drugstore talking about our podcast, please reach out and let us know who you are, how you heard about us, and what you're doing talking about us in public. We would love to know because our ears are burning. So we heard someone was talking about us in public.
pretty amazing.
Someone that isn't related to any of us, which is the weirdest part.
Yes.
Yeah.
A real life listener.
Anyway, yeah, speak up.
So we will be back shortly with a very fun episode. We haven't done a bracket in a while, guys, and we got one coming your way that's setting up to be a pretty fun topic. So we hope you will join us for that, and we will be back shortly. My name is Jordan Lowe.
Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth. Bye forever. Can't wait to hear what Baby Anthony's name is, because I'm sick of the name Baby Anthony.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so don't tell me. Don't spoil it. I'm going to start thinking of guesses.
Okay.
Baby
Does
teeth
he have to get
good,
a tattoo? Don't you have to be tattooed?
Tattoo.
Can you give
They
a
could
baby
start
a
calling
tattoo?
him Tony also. It could be Tony. What's Fangs Fogarty.
Tony Toothless.
Toothless Tony. Toothless Tony, yeah. Well, it's Fangs Fogarty, so now then he's the dad, assumingly. If Kevin's not, then Fangs has got to be the dad. Otherwise, it's Cheryl.
Right.
So
which would have been pretty cool.
That would have been awesome. That would have been pretty sapphic. Sapphic, baby sapphic.
Yes.
I can't wait. Can't wait to find out. That's going to get me to watch the next episode just in hopes that they name the baby. We have to name the baby.
Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast, is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Sounds, music, and clips played during the podcast are property of copyright holders. All original content is property of Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave a comment. KPP can be found on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, YouTube Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever podcasts can be found. You can connect with us through social media on Facebook, YouTube, or email Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast @gmail.com. Join our Patreon page to help support the show at patreon.com/udownwithkpp for special content and early access to episodes. We are grateful to anyone who chooses to contribute. Most of our content will remain free, so please click the thumbs up, like, share, and ask your friends. You down with KPP?